This has been something that is interesting that I wanted to talk about. I actually got into a big heated debate with Doja about this, but what irritates me is that people will say that if Aaliyah hadn't have died, Beyonce wouldn't have been as big as she is. So I'm going to put that question out there. Do you all redheads feel that if Aaliyah didn't die, Beyonce wouldn't have been as successful as she is now? Um, I'm gonna just speak on this. I feel like regardless if Aaliyah was alive or not, I don't think she would have been like Beyonce would have surpassed her at some point. Beyonce was going to be Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it was no question. Ever since Destiny's Child came out, you could look at Beyonce and say, okay, she take off, she's going to be big, right? I don't think that they were in competition with each other. I think Aaliyah was a different type of a singer. Aaliyah was a good singer, but I think that the only reason people may compare them is because, you know, they both, or Aaliyah started doing movies. Aaliyah started to be a superstar, but I feel like Aaliyah was in a different lane than Beyonce was. I don't think that they would have even stomped on each other's toes. You see what I'm saying? They were like apples and oranges. When I see Aaliyah, I don't think of Beyonce. I think Beyonce is like, you know, when it comes to dancing, just everything. She's just a full package. Aaliyah to me.
Aaliyah danced too, though. That's the thing. They had the three things. They had the singing, dancing, and the looks. They had all three of them.
She did, but to me, they were different type of singers too. Like,
yeah, I guess you can say what Beyonce can sing with an A, and
that's funny. She could sing. Yeah, and Aaliyah was more just in that, you know, that chill type of.
Yeah. She always kind of kept it in this one little tone.
Right.
Like it wasn't different ranges. Beyonce kind of does more different ranges on different songs.
Right.
And when was Aaliyah's first album?
Age Ain't Nothing But a Number.
And what year was that?
94.
94? Yeah, Beyonce's first solo album wasn't until like 01?
2003.
Yeah, 2003. So that's almost like she started with Destiny's Child, but, you know, she didn't really get her solo. She didn't become Beyonce until them solo albums like Dangerous in Love. That's when she started stamping her career as okay, she's one of them artists right there. Right. So it was kind of, I don't know. They are performing different, but I still see them as two different. I still think Beyonce would have been who she was anyway.
Anyway, you see what I'm saying? Like they because to me, Aaliyah, like you said, she came out in the early 90s. Beyonce came out with Destiny's Child in the late 90s. And Beyonce didn't branch off as a solo artist until 03. And had RIP, she passed away and she died in 01. I think it was like
01. Yeah, okay.
So I think that Aaliyah eventually, she might not even have been just skyrocketed musically. You know what I'm saying? I think she was leaning towards acting more. So I think that she would have found her niche in that and probably would have, just to go to say, I think Beyonce was destined to be that superstar that she is right now. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if Aaliyah was alive or not, I don't think that they were the same. I think that they both would have been successful, but I don't think they would have crossed paths and it's like, you know, like Aaliyah to me, damn near reminds me of Monica, Brandy, like those type. But it's a difference because she was dancing and stuff like that too. But I just think that she was a different artist than Beyonce.
Yeah. I can't really pinpoint it, but it's something special about Beyonce and how she elevated her career. So it's not coincidence where she is now.
Yeah, exactly. Like for instance, like when people were comparing Jay-Z to Biggie because they were from Brooklyn, they both were lyrical, you know what I'm saying? But when I heard Aaliyah and I heard Beyonce, I never thought of the same thing. I thought they were just two different artists.
Yeah, that's my first time ever hearing a comparison until you brought it up today. I ain't never heard a comparison of that before.
People say that shit all the time, and I get so tired of it. Like it's they just not.
It's a rap. You couldn't stop Beyonce. It was gonna happen regardless.
Yeah,